Hey everybody, how's it going? Today we're going to go over the newest version of Monster Strike 28.2 dropped yesterday. Actually, I think the day before. Sorry, again, I have just been hit hard with jet lag this week. So after doing work, I have basically passed out. So yeah, sorry for the lateness, but honestly, there's not that much in this new update. So there's not much you have to worry about missing out. Obviously, the biggest thing is, of course, not making sure that you don't forget about the 50% gotcha and the, related quests if you care about it. But without further ado, let's get going and see what happened. This is probably the biggest update, but for those of you who, use the sound reliably, this isn't actually anything you're going to take advantage of. I keep saying it. I'm sure you've noticed. The music in Monster Strike is really good. You should really play with the music on as much as possible. But for those of you who don't, well, such is life. Anyways, first, let's make sure that this setting is available. You can now adjust sounds in-game while playing a quest. Before, you had to have done it in the menu options beforehand. Go to the options quest, right? Again, let me do that one more time. You hit the question mark here. You hit the fourth one, the one right above the yellow backed button. And you will see right here on the leftmost tab that there is a section here for let sound be heard. Now, there is, this is defaulted from whatever you had before the update dropped. If your sound was anything but 0, this will be defaulted to on. If your volume was set to 0, this will be off by default, and you will not see these new features in game. Obviously, you said you want the sound off, so the game is going to keep it off for you. If you want to have that option, you must have this on, and even then you can have the slider down there so that you can adjust, but it's just trying to, infer your expected settings based on what you had already. Now, what this does, of course, we have it on, then, let's do this quest because, I'm here. This will now allow you to adjust the sound while playing, which is always great. Options are good. Maybe you play during your break at work and you don't want to have the music at full blast. But if you go to the menu option, you click the option here, you will now see this menu here, which allows you to adjust the sound, the BGM, or any status effects, sound effects. Right, you hear the pew, right? All those sound effects. I don't know, maybe you really don't like, you like the music, but you don't like the sound effects for whatever reason. You could just turn that off. Feels really weird, but if that's what floats your boat, you can do that. Feels really weird, honestly. And I guess you can do the reverse too, right? Yeah, I don't know, but anyways, the option is there now, which is always great, right? Like, I'm always a fan of options, so whatever you like. I just say keep it on. The game puts a lot of effort in the musical aspect of this, so no reason to keep it off, right? Anyways, that is probably the biggest update of the version. There is one more update that we can talk about, and we'll hopefully get to the box screen before I have to stall for too long. But you can now see your previously used oh no, not previously used team, sorry, that's the wrong title. Let me adjust that on the fly. Then this should be top 20 used teams. See, yeah, even when I wrote that, I was out of it too. Top 20 used teams. So let's say we have a monster, let's use Nightmare, and they are good for something that is not active right now. For example, the castle is not active right now when I am taking this video. And if we take a look at where Nightmare is useful, I'm pretty sure Yeah, she has a garden quest here. Now, in other quests, you can click the banner and then you'll be able to go to that quest and then see, okay, that's why she's useful. But when it's not active, it would just say this quest is not active now. You can't do anything about it, which kind of sucked. Well, as of now, that will change. You will see that it has the same message here saying, hey, this isn't active right now. You can't actually go to this quest right now. But now you can actually click this blue button to see the top 20 right there, then and there. So you can actually see, oh, Nightmare's the number 2 monster. That's awesome. Really happy I pulled her. Really? John Manjiro is number 3? That's really surprising. Anyway, so pretty cool update, allows you to access features in game a little bit easier, which is always great to see. And Monster Strike is always top tier about that. They really do put the effort to try and make your life a lot easier to use the game. For those of you who are willing to pay some cash, the packs are refreshed. These 4 packs, the starter pack, the starter support pack, the first get pack, and the ability pack can now be repurchased if you've already bought them. You can do them through the web store if you like, so no longer needed to you go through the Apple or Google store, which would take a cut from Mixi. Mixi would now get your money directly, which, I mean, much better for them for sure. Also do note that the top 10 monsters that the pool of 10 monsters that you can get from the starter pack has been updated as well. You can check the previous news on those 10 monsters to see that. And then we're already to the miscellaneous updates. If you have one good job stamp selected, before, even if you did a long press, you'd see that good job stamp on the top tier or top slot, and then the 3 would be blank, making it useless. They've updated that so that if you only have one selected, it would just be the way things were before, and so that menu would no longer show up because you obviously don't have anything to pick from, which is great. Just a nice update for those of people who don't care about multiple good job stamps. There was 2 bug fixes with this update as well. Again, these are rare cases, but maybe you've seen it. There was a rare situation where the active monster has finished moving, and then for whatever reason you have a friendly monster that was also moving. If that friendly monster pushed your active monster into a transport wall, there were situations in which your active monster would end up transporting to, the transport point from a transport wall. That's been fixed. I really don't understand the situation when this happens. Probably with a grand command or something like that, and that second monster ended up being faster. I don't know. A weird situation, but they fixed that. Another big fix is there was an unexpected behavior that was inconsistent to what visually you see in game. When you start a stage and your monster was touching either a transport wall or a damage wall, I guess the determination if it was touching that or not to go was a little bit weird from what you actually see in game and what you would visually assume from that. So that has been fixed as well. And as is always these rare cases are hard to really understand, but if you've seen it before, hey, it's fixed. There is one new bug though that they have found in 28.2, and that the game may progress through the final results screen even when you don't touch the screen. So if you see that for whatever reason you've kind of like flown to the last screen of the results screen, no, you didn't just accidentally click the screen. There was some kind of bug there, and that'll be fixed in the next version. Not high urgency, so I don't think anybody's gonna in Mixi's gonna do a hot fix for that, but just a small thing in case you see something weird. And of course, as is always the case, after an update you have the 50% post-update gacha, which is 5 orbs to get 1 pull on this gacha. It is a literal coin flip on whether you get a 5-6 star monster or not. It only includes general pool monsters, so up to you to decide if you want to do that. Oh no! Sorry. I completely dropped my phone, but yeah, that's a bust for my main. And then, well, since I guess I've disconnected, why don't I connect my main? So give me a second to do that, and I will try to do two things at once. And of course, you saw me do it on stream right now. That also with every update is the post the Morling quest, which of course is a super easy quest. Anybody can do it, and only costs what, 5? You get 5 orbs. Okay, obviously multitasking is not that easy. There we go. So both the gacha and that quest is active until September 28th, 3:59 a.m. Japan time. So please do not forget to do that, especially the Morning quest. You don't have to do this. If you want to just pocket those 5 orbs, pocket those 5 orbs. There's nothing wrong with that. Alright, double bust for my... Actually, this might be the first time I've pulled with my alt connected and my main being off screen. Funny how that works sometimes. But we got a double bust here. Again, 50%, so don't hold your breath for it. And yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of sad that I wasn't able to get Kuon. But for those of you who are still on the fence, remember, Kuon is active until October 2nd. So that does mean you can see what comes out of the Monster Freak news event to see if you want to keep pulling. And that's where I'm standing right now. If there's nothing super interesting or nothing exciting from Monster Freak, then I might do an extra pull or two for Kuon here. Obviously, you'd miss out on being able to use it on the new Reizetsu quest that will be happening during Monster Freak. But you know, don't forget, a debut monster does have 0.2% more chance than usual than any of the other monsters. So up to you to decide if that is worth it or not. And that should be it. Like I said, not as much this time, and I did artificially kind of pad out this video because I knew how empty it would be, so apologies for that. But that's it. If you like what you saw, do consider hitting the like button, subscribing, leaving a comment below. You know, you'll get the news like this in English from myself every time, and hopefully the schedule for my videos will get back to some normalcy now that I'm back. ENGmonster on Twitter/X has all of the slides that I pick for news, and any, you know, like the emergency maintenance that happens, I'll try to be on top of that and post that on there. And of course, the Discord channel, link to the description below. Join the server, talk to other folks who love the game, speak English as well. That's it for me today. Thanks for watching. Until next time, bye bye.